Christopher.
Causes Central Auto, car number 66, the Bulldog. From Cromwell, Connecticut, Eric Burns.
Jarvis Ruffey and Long Island Performance bring us car number 22. The driver, Michael Jarvis Jr.
Advice 1, car number 59, Ellington, Connecticut, Ronnie Williams.
Matt Galco with car number 3.
Ryan Priest, the number 6. Keith Rocco, the 88. Rowan Prenick, the 99.
The Tom Holes in the 76. Jeff Malave in the 23. Mike Christopher Jr. in the 82. Tyler Hines in the 94. Tommy Membrino Jr. in car number 00.
The green is out. The fastest division of the night is on fire in turn 1. Leader of the pack, Joey Cipriano. Here comes Todd Owen. High, wide, and handsome on the outside as they head to turn 3.
But on the inside is Ted Christopher as he tries to crowbar that spot away from Todd Owen. On the outside, Eric Byrd. We saw him do that in qualifying tonight, as right now he has a little too much power for Ronnie Williams to deal with.
No question about it. Leader of the pack is Joey Cipriano, but Owens still continues to apply the heat deep into turn 3. Here comes the Bulldog. Outside of Christopher, Owens changes his line for second as they rumble back to the line. Out next to the wall, Jeff Malave and Kid Rock. Keith Rocco is involved as he tries to spin to avoid what could have been a serious situation there. The Mr. Reuter machine gets fired back up, but will the damage be severe? And he is able to pull away. Let's check out and see where he's going down on pit road as Keith Rocco goes down rather slowly. His crew out from behind the wall, checks over the right side, and it looks to be work happening up front. Darren Ayotte is there. Maybe he can tell us more.
Doesn't look good right now. It looks like they're working on the front, not the Nerf bar, but right underneath the hood. Try to unscrew a few things and see if there's anything not aligned with the right front and the left front. So hopefully it's not a steering column issue, and hopefully there's no issue with the shocks or the suspension.
Well, Darren, right there checking over things as they continue to work. That was considered the only accident car. Malave goes down on pit road. That means that both the 88 and the Malave machine will have to go to the rear of the field once they rejoin.
And John Gates is with Jeff Malave's crew. Let's go to John.
Yeah, heavy left rear damage on the number 23 car. They're trying to bend the sheet metal away from the left rear tire. They're also doing some adjustments on the inside of that car, the deck lid area. A lot of damage for Jeff Malave. Let's hope he can get back out.
So once again, the field quickly doubles back up, and we're about ready to get them fired back up. 2 of 40 up on the board. We're about ready to go back to green. Joey Cipriano has been so strong in the recent weeks. He hasn't had any luck at all. The same can be said about Todd Owen. Both of these competitors were contenders for last week's victory. The clock is ticking, and we are about to go into overtime.
And a pretty good restart for Cipriano, trying to get the best of Todd Owen. Tenacious Todd Owen, that is how he got his name. He is sitting on Cipriano's lap as they enter turn 3.
No question about it. Then they're doubled up all the way back like they're looking for the green, but they are under power. Joey Cipriano and Todd Owen muscling their way off turn number 4. Cipriano is still the leader, the ABI machine, but Owen is digging hard in the outside lane. He's hungry. He'll move in to second again, and all of a sudden here comes Ted Christopher. Who's the tail that wags the dog there, Matt? Rowan Pettick is coming to the front of the class.
Yeah, he is on the outside groove, and he is coming in a hurry. And right behind him is Michael Jarvis in car number 22. Ryan Priest doing some digging, but he can't dig hard enough to get by Eric Byrd. And now Byrd lunges backwards, and Ted Christopher takes over the number 3 position.
Christopher on the outside into third. Here comes Byrd. He'll take it back as they cross the line. Ryan Priest right there. Sparks will fly, tempers will flare, but Todd Owen still holds on for second. Meanwhile, here comes Byrd, and here comes Rowan Pettick. And Ryan Priest, he don't want to be left out of this dog fight as Eric Byrd tries to get down under Owen to take over second.
And also in the middle of the action is Ronnie Williams in car number 59. And now Jarvis gets by him in car number 22. So Michael Jarvis has a fast car. Williams gets by Pettick. And now he is attacking Ted Christopher.
Eric Burt moves into second. Here comes Ryan Preece. Forces Todd Owen up the racetrack just a bit, and Preece will now move into third. Here's Ronnie Williams. We haven't talked about him yet, Matt. He's among the top 5 cars. Pennick is there, and Christopher starts to slow just a bit as Preece starts to march forward.
And Preece has enough room to squeeze underneath Eric Burt in the fight for second. Burt holding on by his toenails, but Preece has some momentum as they rock and roll their way into the second quarter.
Todd Owen just refuses to be left out of this one. He continues to hold on to the 4th spot. Here comes Ronnie Silk trying to muscle his way to the outside of Owen. That's the battle for the 4th and 5th spot. Rowan Pennick 3 wide as they come off turn 4.
The man in the middle is Todd Owen, and now Pennick backs off. Owen will have the spot. Ronnie Williams, who shifted to the outside, has some power. If you talk to Ronnie Williams, he should have won the last 2 races. And right now, Owen is fighting back at car number 81.
As he tries to fight back. 3 wide again. They come down the front straightaway. Nobody is giving up an inch, and Todd Owen continues to hold on to the spot. Williams on the outside. Pennick waiting for the call that will give him the opportunity to make a run for it in the outside groove. Owen works his way back. Position number 4. 2, make it 3 wide again at the stripe.
And tickling the back bumper of Owen is Rowan Pennick. Now he dances to the outside. Matt Galco fighting for Ted Christopher. That is for the number 7 position. Pennick, power move underneath Owen. And that is a fight for the top 5.
Well, Pennick makes the move there. Here comes Matt Galco. We haven't talked about him at all. Jervis is there. And what about Michael Christopher? He's also coming to the front of the field. Back up front, Preece and Cipriano. Remember a couple of weeks back, Matt, those 2 had a tussle, but right now Cipriano is in full charge at the points.
But Preece is right there, hovering over his back bumper. As they flash dance their way into the second turn, it is still Cipriano in front. Great battle for 4th and 5th between Ronnie Williams and Rowan Pennick. Here comes Pennick down low with a power move.
He works his magic on the bottom. Going, gone. It is Preece to take over the lead, 14 laps in. Cipriano is now settling back to second. Fastest car on the racetrack, Ryan Preece, 19.312. Dogfight battle still at the point. Cipriano is not giving up yet. And further back in the field, look at Galco, Owens, Jervis, and Ted Christopher.
And put that 19.312 in perspective, that is faster than anyone drove last week in the 100-lapper. Here comes Cipriano to pay him back down low as he pulls the trigger. Can he blur his way underneath Ryan Preece?
He's giving it his all as he comes off the turn. All of a sudden, Preece gets a little more giddy up and manages to hold on to that number 1 spot. Cipriano has to settle back into line. A little further back for the 4th and the 5th position. Williams and Rowan Pennick, our point leader, have a good battle going on there as well. Here comes Cipriano again, off turn 4.
Preece drifted up high in turn number 4. Would that cost him the lead? Cipriano trying to make it work, and Preece just has too much firepower coming off turn 2.
They settle back into formation further back, 3 wide again. Christopher, Owen, Jervis, and Galco as we've got a 4-car battle for position there.
And Galco is in 6th place, but he is being tested by Christopher, by Jervis, by Owen up at the front. Cipriano remains within striking distance of the number 6 car, and here comes Ronnie Williams playing a pretty good game with Rowan Pennick in the battle for 4th place.
Pennick moves back to the top 4. Burt still setting in the 3rd position. 19 laps are up on the board. Next time when they come to the line, half of the event is over. The second half is yet to come. Here comes Owen again to make a run on Ted Christopher. That's for the 7th and 8th spot. Jervis is there as well. Back up front, leader still remains Preece.
Boy, that's some hard racing, and Mike Christopher Jr. is in the middle of that in car number 82. I think this is his best SK race in his brief career. Rowan Pennick looking for some ammunition, but here is Eric Burt. He is holding him off for the time being, but Pennick has some muscle underneath the 66 car.
Rowan Pennick is making his presence known. The Hitchcock Pool Waters Kelly Iverson car runs side by side for third, and that gives Ronnie Williams the opportunity to reel both of those cars in. Pennick is on the podium in third, Matt. The point leader is now moved into position number 3.
And it is Eric Burt trying to recapture that position. Right behind him, Ronnie Williams, who's had a top 5 car the whole race. But some of the hardest racing has been the battle for 7. Ted Christopher getting a threat from Owen and from Jarvis.
They continue to slice and dice further back in the field. Throw a little Michael Christopher in with that. Here's Jarvis now stepping out of line. Owen is all over Ted Christopher, but back towards the front. Let's go back to the 4th spot. Burnt is being pressured by Williams, but Owen's making the move on Ted Christopher. That is the battle for position number 7.
So a helter-skelter move by Owen, and trying to make the identical move is Michael Jarvis, but he has a more difficult time in pulling it off, as Christopher is able to keep him behind him at the front. Ronnie Williams continues to pester Eric Burt, and Joey Cipriano continues to pester the back bumper of our leader, Ryan Preece.
There's no question about it. There's good racing wherever you look in this one. Now all of a sudden Jarvis is making his presence known. He'll move down underneath Ted Christopher, Matt, and Jarvis will now pick up the 8th position as Ted Christopher refuses to be left out of this one.
And his nephew, Mike Christopher, is starting to put some heat on the back bumper of Ted Christopher's car. So maybe a family feud developing in the battle between Ted Christopher and Mike Christopher.
Certainly is, and of course Keith Rocco off the pace from that jingle at the start of this event. He's just kind of riding it out. Here comes Ronnie Williams down underneath Eric Burt, the Bulldog, and that is currently for the 4th and 5th position on the racetrack. Really, will Williams have enough giddy up to get by as Burt continues to string it out? 27 and counting in this 40-lap event.
So think about that Ronnie Williams number 59 car. It usually doesn't lose too much speed from lap number 1 to lap number 40, so he still has a pretty powerful car. What about Rowan Pennick? Remember, he is locked up in a point battle with Ryan Preece. Only 8 points separated the 2 drivers at the start of the night, so Ryan Preece is holding on, and Rowan Pennick looking for 2 more points if he can pass Joey Cipriano.
Well, that's been happening. Ronnie Williams moves underneath Eric Burt, and now all of a sudden Ronnie Williams is up to the 4th spot, forcing Burt back to position number 5. Battle is for 2nd. Pennick all over Cipriano. Makes his presence known on the inside. Cipriano strings it out just a bit, but Rowan Pennick isn't going to give up without a fight.
As a firecracker their way off the 2nd quarter, it is still Cipriano holding on to 2nd. Pennick, power move. Does he have enough? He backs off, and maybe the presence of Keith Rocco on the inside groove forced Pennick to wait a minute.
Heartbreaker for Kid Rock, way off the pace. We can't tell you when the last time we see him have a night like this. Meanwhile, here comes Rowan Pennick. Rim rides off turn 2, bottom groove underneath Cipriano. Works alongside, inch by inch. He thinks he can, he does, and Rowan Pennick is up to 2nd. Pennick up on the board in 2nd. Preece way out in front. Preece still has the fastest lap. Pennick is not far behind, but further back in the field, things are starting to settle in.
Yeah, it's Williams in 4th, holding off the 66 of Burt. Matt Galco having another good run. He is in 6th, and at the front of the field, the question is, does Rowan Pennick have enough time to run down Ryan Preece? As that number 99 car usually gets quicker, but Pennick had to be concerned about Joey Cipriano. That Cipriano car has come back to life.
It certainly has as he continues to apply the pressure there. Williams now in the 4th position, and Eric Burt sits in position number 5. 6 is Matt Galco, 7th is Todd Owen. Michael Jarvis rounds out the top 8. Ryan Preece took the biggest payday in Stafford SK history a week ago, and he's showing it was no fluke. With 5 circuits to go, Preece has been the dominant car so far.
And he is trying to fatten his lead against Rowan Pennick. In 3rd is Cipriano. And then if you look a little deeper in the field, Ted Christopher has a pretty good margin over his nephew, Mike Christopher. Ted is in 9th. Michael is in 10th. And in 11th is Tyler Hines. and Tyler Hines. He never really moved to the front of the field tonight. Best battle between Todd Owen and Michael Jarvis.
They continue to have their own little private war session going on, as this time when they come back to the stripe, 37 laps up on the board of 40. Priest is in command, no question about it. He has been dominant at the front. Rowan Pettick tries to reel him in. Cipriano forced to settle back into the third spot, and then it'll be Williams in position number 4.
And a big fat lead for Rowan Priest as he tries to seal the deal. Less than 2 laps to go, and Rowan Pettick will not give up. That is not in his DNA. So he tries to bazooka his way down into turn number 3, and this would be a good thing for Cipriano to maintain a grip on the podium. White flag is out. Will this be a coronation for Ryan Priest?
Ryan Priest heads down the back straightaway. Like days of old, Priest is back in winning form here at Stafford. Into turn number 3, Ryan Priest has done it with back-to-back victories. The checkered flag is out, and Ryan Priest will take down the impressive win. Rowan Pettick to finish in second, Joey Cipriano for third, Ronnie Williams for 4, and Eric Burt to finish in 5.
Then it was Matt Galco in 6,